mean, what's the likelihood of me actually making people use the Roll20 anyway? But when you're ready, Ren,
Yep.
go ahead and start recording.
It has started already.
Oh, God bless. Well, then never fucking mind, I guess.
Sorry.
Fucking gamer moments. Who wants to tell me what happened last time?
Hold on. Let me get notes.
Love that silence.
Sorry, my note. I'm willfully unprepared. Hold on, my notes.
I'm glad that everybody knows what happened last time.
My brain is so
I believe
shit.
the general rundown.
Dog on stage.
Yeah.
Dog on stage.
We got. Let me see. I'm gonna check my notes. We found out about the mortician in Santerra, and the city of Santerra was the guy who died. That was Navi's friend. We found out that the guy had a hole in his head, possibly by a firearm. We figured out that it was about a week and a half on foot to Santerra if we wanted to go there. We ended up agreeing to go, I think. Yes, we did. We did. And then we already had like a little conversation with our new friend, Donella. Mm-hmm.
Either works.
Yes. And eventually people, after we got some stuff figured out with that, talking with Navi about what she knew, we decided to all
bullying her about the fact she didn't know the difference between a mortician and...
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay, so...
In fact, I need to correct the Victor harassment counter.
That was...
To make things...
The PK.
Clear. To make things clear, the man is a coroner. PK thought mortician sounded cooler and didn't think anybody was going to call them on it. But the man was a coroner.
Yeah.
I just like the word mortician better.
I'm just going to keep mortician in my notes. Don't worry about it.
And then Victor and or Parker became autism, and
the autism came
and fairly corrected me because a mortician does not do medical examinations, and this man does explicitly do these tasks. But just for clarity, he's a coroner. I will probably keep calling him a mortician.
But yeah, that was what we figured out. We found out, well, not found out, we all started to, well, some of us started to drink and socialize. A lot of things happened. The Dykes and Navi and the new person ended up leaving for a foursome. Good for them. Dog on stage happened, with Aya and who else? Fern's friends
Aya
too.
And Fern.
Fern's friends, and Fern went up to the stage,
yes.
And then Sit was like, "Ah, fuck it, I'll give you my dog to be on the stage with these ladies."
There was a squad of drunk girl in the bathroom.
Yeah.
There sure was.
Sit and Adder danced. That was gay. Victor teased them. Or not Victor. I mean, they probably did, but also it was, Skylar, also. And Adder got grumpy about it. I don't know if there was anything bigger that happened aside from us, like, grabbing stuff as we went out. Oh, we got ice cream at that ice cream shop before we left.
And Skylar gave them the recipe to the fucked up energy drinks.
Yeah.
So they're all gonna be fucked up energy drink ice creams floating around in the world.
There will be repercussions when we enter this place again if we come back. If we're allowed to come back.
They don't know that it was you.
Anyways, I think that may have been it. After we got all our stuff and had our ice cream, we basically left and headed out for Santerra.
Sure did. Yeah. So let's see here. So I said it's about a 10-day journey to Sunterra and a 9 or 10-day journey. And oh, wait, no. One more thing happened at the end of last session.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, there was the person who...
Oh, that ran by
was...
with the horse.
Yeah, that was driving that horse quite hard and stopped pretty short and went, huh, Fern, I didn't expect to see you. Interested in this? Well, I guess I'll see you there.
That's not what they said, but I love that better. They did say they didn't expect to see Fern here. They didn't say anything about seeing you there.
I'm pretty sure there was that kind of implication.
Well,
maybe.
Fair enough. That can have been your perception. That was a stranger to all of you, though.
Yep. And we couldn't remember what they looked like, right?
If it just didn't strike you, you remember them smiling at you, but must just not have had one of those faces.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So the way we were going to do this is to split the travel up into sort of 3 sets of 3 rather than doing each day individually, because fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
And the way I would like to do this is for each set of 3, everybody can either pick a watch partner or a conversation they wanted to have had on the road, or some specific task that they were doing on one or more of the 3 days. Just give me the gist of your first 3 days, and I will also have people roll perceptions. Everybody roll a single perception for the 3 days, and we will see what is noticed from that.
Okay. I did have a task I wanted to do, but the person relevant to that task is not here.
That is okay.
So it can be delayed.
Later tasks.
I think I will take a watch with Fern. Not so much to have conversation, but just to, like, hang out.
Bird time.
If Fern is agreeable.
It's always Fern time. You guys have a little watch together at one point on the 3 nights.
I don't. Sid's not very good with watches, but
You're rolling a perception anyway for the 3 days total. So everybody go ahead and give me those perception rolls for the first block.
Sure.
Just now, and then I will.
Well, it's a straight 17 because I rolled a 17 on the die.
I'm very happy for you.
That's some of the highest rolls you can do.
You roll a straight 17, get a 17. I roll a 2 and get a 17.
Good for you! Sid
We are
put
not
his
the
shit
same.
into storytelling, not perception.
19 and a set. Okay, so 2 17s, a 19, and a 29.
Wait, hold on. I have to double check if that number's right.
All right.
It is.
All right. Yeah, so I think I'd mentioned this a little bit at the end of last session, but everyone is very aware this is a much busier road.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, because north out of Camlin gets you to Peckney, and then it's a long time before you get anywhere else. West from Camlin, you're between Camlin and the capital of the province, and there's always a lot going on. There's other sort of offshooting roads taking you to other major or minor towns. There's a lot of merchant travel. Aya especially, you see several merchant caravans. Possibly even some bearing insignias that you're familiar with whether tangentially or otherwise.
Yeah.
It's just a very different road vibe overall than your first one. There also isn't that same apprehension surrounding bandits the same way. You haven't heard any talk of bandits on this route, probably because it is so well traveled and there is more routine, what's the word? Oversight from guard and such.
And even if there's not, there's a lot more people, there's a lot more travelers coming through with hired guards.
Yes, exactly. So, different road vibe. You definitely, Danila is not here yet, so I can't do the bit about Vern yet. That's okay. You definitely, feel like you should be keeping your wits about you, because busier roads do also sometimes mean chances for people to, more in caravans, sneak in and do some shit, but this is not a stressful journey in and of itself. At some point, Aya and Fern can take a watch together or have a moment where they're chilling, chatting, driving the horses, whatever you prefer, if you have any specific roleplay you'd like to do. Any conversations to have.
Not so much. I think Aya mostly just wants to hang out. Although she might ask if she can do Fern's hair with them both being sober.
Sure.
The braids turn out way better when you're sober, Aya.
Incredible. And it is preening. It is very, very important flock bonding. She does not explain this, but I think it's not quite as settling, because that would imply that she's been unsettled, but it's like
Grounding?
I don't know how to describe. I don't know how to put into words what I am trying to evoke.
She's just chilling. She's establishing a comfort place.
Yeah.
I like to think of it as like a grounding behavior, like you're trying to just kind of...
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. It's a grounding, and it is a very much more bird thing than
human shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bird is being a bird.
That bird is being a bird. It is very important to remember that she is a bird.
So true, so real.
Oh, I will say, if this is the first day, I think Suta's gonna try out, because if I'm remembering correctly, with Summon Monster, I can upcast that, right? Like, I don't need another spell to do it, right? If I want to do second level? Or do I need to do that?
Do you know, do you have second level Summon Monsters?
I have Summon Monster for my first level spell.
Okay, so, and I'm very sorry to do this to you.
Yeah.
Summon Monster 2 is a different spell.
Oh, that fucking sucks, actually. I'm gonna have to take that
very
every
sorry.
level? That's dumb.
You don't have to. I mean, frankly, you can get rid of, Can sorcerers swap out spells? Is that a thing you guys can do?
I can, but at certain levels, it's annoying.
But, like, you can... trying to say words. Like, Summon Monster... You don't need to keep Summon Monster 1 once you get Summon Monster 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can summon from both lists.
Once you have Summon Monster 2, you can do anything from the previous table and...
Yes. Like, for example, Summon Monster 2, you can do one thing from your second level list, or you can summon multiple from the first level list, or just one. Like, you can do what you want. So you can then swap out, and if that's what you want to do, because it's annoying, I will let you, as you increase in like, if you take a second level spell or a higher level spell known as a summon monster spell, I will let you swap out the previous edition of that spell for free. Like, it doesn't have to be the level that you get swaps at.
Okay.
Does that seem fair?
Yeah, that's fine. I was just like,
Okay.
I wasn't sure if it worked the same way as D&D, and I was like, I don't think it does, but I'm like, I should probably ask.
Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't.
It rarely does.
Yeah.
However,
Damn it, Pathfinder.
yeah, I know. But
I want to sort of spend the first couple of days re-going through the book again. And I'm hoping between that, the last couple of days, and my little fling, I might be able to trigger a recovery roll.
oh yeah, for sure.
Excellent.
And because you are going more carefully through the book again, and I assume you're not being secretive about reading your history book.
No.
Okay. So everyone in the party is sort of aware that Victor is reading what I'm affectionately referring to as tabloid history. It's a very, like, ooh, shocking tell-all scandal about the assassination of Grand Duke Rembury. Like, it's, one of those really trashy, like...
Tabloid.
It's like... I'm trying to think of words that are not internet-based, but if you're in a bookstore and you see something that you can only describe as, like, clickbait for the JFK assassination...
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand this vibe?
Yep. I forget the name, but there's a specific name for it. I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's very, not necessarily fictionalized, but dramatized, and, like, not the highest quality history, perhaps?
Well, you're the one who fucking said that's all I can get, so don't, like, give me shit.
I'm not giving you shit. I am fully just making the joke funnier.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
It is funny. Tabloid history.
But yeah, so that's what Victor's reading.
Okay. But it's about, anybody who sort of looks at it can sort of get the gist that it is about the assassination of the Grand Duke of this province, actually, Elias Rembury, who was murdered almost exactly 50 years ago.
Sucks for him.
It does suck for him. Victor, as you are reading, I am just gonna give you some reminders, a little recap of the facts in this book. So, around 50 years ago, Grand Duke Elias Rembury was murdered, stabbed to death. His assassin was caught 2 weeks later by Detective Lachlan Locke. His sister was instated after his death as the Grand Duchess, and she still holds power, Grand Duchess Bennett Rembury. And the assassin never went to trial and was found dead a week after they were caught and sent to prison. They were found dead in prison, and the death was declared a suicide by the medical examiner. You, Victor, in the book were able to find the mentions that the
Our
medical
victim is
examiner.
the-
Yeah, the medical examiner who found the death of the Duke to be a fatal stabbing and the death of the assassin to be a suicide were our victim, Handras Mudspin.
Mhm.
While you're reading, make me an intelligence or another history. Just make me a history check, actually, to see if you glean anything else in specific.
That's a natural 20 for a 31.
Fuck you, then. So you do, it's almost a little gruesome. This one's a very clearly narrativized, like, description where it's talking about how the assassin was found dead, having hung himself with a rope of unknown origin.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, Victor, sitting where you're sitting right now, that seems like
Yeah.
bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just bugging you a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because it doesn't seem like that was ever questioned at the time.
Right.
Even as it's being presented here, it's more being presented as a, ooh, how mysterious, instead of a, hey, there was some fuck shit going on. But, like, there was some fuck shit going on.
Right.
So, that's the general energy. You also discover mentions of somebody. Apparently, the assassin was harbored for the 2 weeks that they escaped capture for. But there's not a lot of information about the person who did it. Which to you suggests maybe this is somebody who went into witness protection after the fact, or otherwise made some kind of a deal, rather than being brought to trial as an accomplice to the murderer, because it seems like there was, in fact, no trial ever conducted surrounding the events of the assassination. So those are just some things that are on your mind on this first block on the road. And you are not accosted, afflicted, or otherwise bebothered by anything on the road. Aya,
Yes.
with a 29, you notice something interesting over the course of these 3 days. Your new friend Danila is there with you, chatting, conversing, having a good time, most of the time. And then sometimes you think she must be in the cart, and then when you stop for a break and for lunch, she's not in the cart. So she must be out here, but she's not out here. And then you look again and she's in the cart.
Huh.
And it only happens a handful of times. Probably once a day for the 3 days, and it's not always while you're on the road or when you stop, but there's just a couple things where Danila is here. And then you double check, and no, she's not. And then you double check again, and yes,
And
she is.
she is. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Obviously, you cannot confront Danila herself about this for the moment, but it's just something that you notice with your 29 for your first 3
Yeah.
days on the road.
Yeah, normal stuff, you know.
Just normal things.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if she's going, yeah, this is something that happens, or if she is going to flag it with,
Is this a normal person?
the thing is, there's no one in this group she can ask, is this a normal person thing to have happen?
Yeah, exactly. Aside from
Because
maybe
none
Soot.
of us are normal.
Correct.
Oh, Fern knows. Fern knows.
True.
in a
So-
very abstracted way.
Such a normal person, please.
Alright, give me like
Okay, but
5
you two
minutes
are
to stare
also
at
the
them.
ones who Aya has the best vibe check on, so if she's gonna bring it to anyone, it would be to you two. And
Well-
Adam.
Yeah, what were you saying?
In fact, actually, she
PK
might ask
had-
Ada.
PK has had to step out for a second.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But what about Adder?
Can't trust men who work at Fantasy Starbucks. Denny, sorry.
She might ask Ada, and the reason she might ask Ada is because Ada is super aware of the people who are around at any point.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea. Granted, he's gotta have his staff, but, you know.
We can make it work.
Yeah. If you end up telling him at some point, he can at least keep an, quote-unquote eye out. A sense.
Yeah. Because that's something that Ada is very good at, is telling how many people are around.
Mm-hmm. At least in a given range.
Yeah. So,
Blurbo. I'm tired, but that's okay.
How are we doing, gamers?
Snooze.
Very sleepy.
Yeah.
Mood. The amount that I want to like talk to Skylar right now, like shake the dike a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
cannot.
Alas.
Denied.
Denied the dike.
Dyke Nile. That was stupid, ignore me.
I'm considering adding a third line to the Victor harassment counter it has been X amount of time since Victor harassed herself. But I feel like that counter would always be set to 0 or a negative.
Yeah, that counter's never getting off the ground.
Yeah, so there's no point to including it.
I don't know what you mean by harass herself.
Has to make a secret roll.
She also feels at least somewhat like she has at least some hypercritical of herself and her self-presentation, and possibly of how she presents and is therefore perceived by people. But that might just be me projecting some of you on her. And I say this with absolute love.
So I was about to be like, if you're saying this girl hates herself, I'm gonna be like, honey,
No, she doesn't hate herself. That's not...
this girl is the most narcissistic character I've made since Moira.
Yeah. No, I know, but she feels very self-critical, or at least very aggressively tailored, which does come with aspects of self-criticism.
Interesting. I mean, I can't say yes or no. But the one thing is, there is no self-loathing in this girl.
Nice. Good.
I got too much of that in
Okay.
myself to not give it to my characters, unfortunately. But they're just chilling right now. It's fine.
I don't think Fern ever really, considers the self enough to hate themselves, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I I don't think Sit necessarily hates himself in any sense. It's mostly like, you know, as people have regrets, there's some things he's like, yeah, about.
I
Victor,
do not
Victor
know if-
thinks she's hot shit.
Yeah, she does.
And she's right.
Yes.
I do not know if Aya has a concept of self-loathing. She's got a concept of dysmorphia, but I don't think she has a concept of self-loathing. Advantages to being a bird. You do not.
Concept is foreign to me. I am a bird.
I hate you're a bird.
Yeah.
Birds have more important things to hate.
Yeah.
Yes!
Like snakes.
And each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each other most of all.
Birds have so much hate in their hearts all the time.
I fucking love birds. That's why I love them so much.
It's because they're small.
They're small and full of fury.
If you were
God.
small, you would also want to kill.
Points at myself. Small and wants to kill.
See?
I
I'm
think
right.
it would be deeply funny if instead of monk I had done like barbarian or something for Aya, because just all of the design. But no, that would have worked better if she was like a robin or something, like one of the small birds that is absolutely full of.
Oh yeah, robins are fucking terrible. Or not robins. I'm thinking about what's the blue one? I forget.
Blue jays.
Blue jays. They're bullies. They'll chase other birds away from birdseed. We had problems with those in our property.
A blue jay that became a person and now has more capacity to kill.
Honestly, that's one of my character ideas, is a blue jay turned person.
Incredible.
Awful person.
Nocturne, I'm so sorry. This post that I'm about to share is for everyone but you.
Oh?
It's women.
Women.
Oh, okay.
Where's
I
the
understand.
women? Oh,
It's in
you put it in Nudora
Oh,
General.
it's in Eudora.
Fuck.
Women in Eudora. No,
Oh,
it's
holy
Megan Thee
shit.
Stallion. We
Yeah.
love to stare at images of Megan Thee Stallion.
That's
Yeah.
Not for any attraction reason, just, you know.
Nice.
Megan Thee Stallion is one of those people that no matter what your sexuality is, you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ooh, actually. Also, Ren, with the tundra I got from you, I'm going to certainly create some interesting little floof creatures.
Excellent. I never used to like tundras as much as I do now, but now I'm like, these fluffy bastards. I like them. Give me more.
Cause she and the Gen 1 that I hatched that create some interesting color combos.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry
Hello.
about that.
Welcome
My
back.
parents got home and I wanted to say hi to them.
That's alright.
Fair enough.
Because gaming moments.
When the moments in gaming.
Everybody is frazzled. Bitches are frazzled. It's my family. They're bitches. Including
no.
myself. I can't shut enough. I'm included in the bitches category. But we good. We gaming.
Take your time.
Alright. Where did I even fucking leave you off?
Victor and the history.
With Aya noticing something
Oh,
weird,
right.
and Danella suddenly being there, and then she's not there, but then she's definitely there when you check again.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which raises what Aya's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, Aya's going to want to talk to Ada about. Since Ada's got a pretty good vibe check on what people are around at any given point.
Mm-hmm. How do you approach him to start this conversation?
Well, first of all, when she's when she is well outside what she's pretty sure that personal space bubble is,
Mm-hmm.
she's gonna do a little alerting whistle to make sure that Ada knows that she is there and approaching.
Mm-hmm.
A head bob to Soot as well, but accommodating Ada's disability is more important.
Mm-hmm. He seems
That
to
came out wrong.
He seems to be aware of your presence before you whistle, but when you whistle, he turns to you and he sort of nods in greeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Soot's just kind of hanging out nearby. I don't know if he's stopped or not, but he's just chilling.
Hello, Aya.
Hey, Ada. Hey, Soot.
Hi.
Yeah. Question.
Aye.
Has Donella been here the whole time?
I think that rather depends on how you mean that question.
Soot seems confused.
Like, has she been here the entire time I've been here? As in haven't come along with you? No. But I think that one's pretty obvious. Has she been here consistently the entire time we've been on the road? Also no. So
Okay.
hold on, maybe I guess it doesn't matter which way
No,
your question.
no, you are making sense. You are making sense.
Either
You're
way, the
sure-
answer is no.
Yeah. You're sure she's here, and then you check again, and she's not. But then you check a third time, and she is.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I've noticed that particular pattern. More that, we have 7 people with us, and then we have 6 people with us for a bit, and then we have 7 people with us again. I don't, if I'm being perfectly honest, I didn't know it was Donella. I wasn't even sure it was the same person every time. But we have had a sort of fluctuating body count, if you will.
So kind of.
Sorry, that laugh is Jar, not Aya.
Well, that's kind of news to me.
Aya nods and makes an affirmative noise.
Wait, so you're
So much of her is body language, and I try not to focus on it when she's talking to Ada. God.
So you're telling us that she's been disappearing or something?
Oh, is that a question for Aya or for me?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess both of you.
Well, I don't know. I mean, again, until just now, when I asked if Donella was here the whole time, I sort of just, I don't know what I thought it was, but nobody was really reacting to it, so I assumed it wasn't concerning. I didn't want to be the one to bring it up.
Well, that's a fair assumption, but still.
I suspect the two of us were the only ones who caught it. No, she doesn't word it like that, but that's the kind of sentiment.
Mm.
Huh.
That's certainly not something I
Is
noticed.
Is that normal for people to do?
I think that's a strongly depends on your definition of normal again.
Arcade-wise, is there anything Sid can think of like, hey, there's somebody who can possibly pop in and out of things for a while or something? Is that...
Okay, so there's a couple, make a knowledge arcana check, but I'm going to tell you right off the bat, there's a couple things that occur to you. At home, sometimes people do just, vanish and come back, and vanish and come back. Some people do it quite frequently, not normally like multiple times over a period of days, There are some people who will be gone, multiple times a year, certainly, and come back, mostly normal.
Hate that!
Yeah.
Like, or it'll be like they were gone for a week, and it's definitely been, like their hair is a foot longer, but,
Mm-hmm. That's just how that shit works, but we're not
that's
near
just
home.
that's how it is at home. And it's pretty casual and chill there. And honestly, that's probably another part of the reason Adder didn't feel the need to mention it.
Mm-hmm.
But hit me up with a knowledge arcana, and I'll give you a couple other. Oh, you already
Yeah,
did.
I rolled a 15 and then I
Immaculate.
got a plus 10, so.
All right, 25. So there's also certain races of people who possess. The plains touched people possess the ability to sort of wobble a little bit along the boundaries of the plains. Elemental peoples, fetchlings, all sort of have, not all of them, but some of them have an innate ability to come in and out of the material plane, the prime material plane, I should say, in a way that doesn't normally happen without high level magic. It still requires a fairly strong person to be able to do that without consequences.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's something that does definitely exist more as an innate aspect of oneself rather than a dedicated spell casting, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have observed, now that I'm thinking back to it, there wasn't anything that I observed that would, like, give me the idea that they were elementally inclined or something of the sort, right? Like, she doesn't seem to ring those bells, or?
Looking back, you certainly don't think she is an Ifrit, an Oread, a Sylph, or an Undine, because those 4 elemental races have very distinct hallmarks of what they look like typically. Not always, but usually there's at least some sign of, if not elemental appearance, elemental magic. Admittedly, you've not seen Danila fight or do anything really magically inclined whatsoever. However, you also don't think she's necessarily a fetchling, because from your understanding, Navi is a fetchling, and again, very different look, entirely monochrome, no color, whereas Danila has more of a human appearance. Danila is clearly not human.
She's got more of an elfish appearance, correct?
She's got a more elfish appearance. She's got a more... I'm not sure what the best check for this is. Maybe a nature. Do you have knowledge planes?
Probably not. No, I don't have very many knowledge skills. No.
That's fair. Just make a general intelligence check.
Oh, buddy. All right. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, that's a 11. Or no, 12. Excuse me. So much.
Yeah, you think she's an elf, probably.
All right.
So, but she could be an elf with some kind of planar something in there. It's just you're not sure if it's one of the big 4 of the elemental ones, and she doesn't have fetchling vibes. Typically as well, fetchlings have some abilities with shadow magic, although, again, not always. You've never seen Navi do any shadow magic. You've never seen Navi do any magic. Just, it's hard to pinpoint, especially given how much variance there is in people, but it's not unheard of for it to be something that could happen.
Yep, and we haven't known her for more than a few days.
Correct. It's been 5 days at this point.
Yeah. Sit will relay at least a little bit of what he knows of that, just like, might have something to do with planes, I don't know. I've never been one that knew much about them.
Well, I mean, more power to her, I guess.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know.
She doesn't seem to be acting strangely, at least not from, well, normal, whatever normal is. As far as we know, right?
Yeah, you haven't noticed anything in her behavior altered whatsoever after any of these incidents.
Okay.
Behavior's been fine, so, I mean, unless we need to bring it up, I guess, just keep an eye, make sure she's not doing anything strange while she's out or something. Just keep an eye, I suppose.
Right, because we do not stand by things being strange in this group.
Sort of jab him a little bit in the ribs with that one.
What? I'm being perfectly honest.
I know you're being perfectly honest.
So what did I earn the jab for?
Because you were being perfectly honest.
Oh, too honest for you, huh?
Just a bit.
Do you see what I have to put up with, Aya? I certainly do.
Now that I've been able to help you,
I have the fan up, but so you can see the eye crinkle that is.
Yeah, he is definitely just kind of bickering a little bit with him, but with, like, there's no fucking heat here. This is just, like, if the heat's there, it's for an entirely different reason.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you said something though, Aya, because if I'm honest, I just really wasn't sure what was happening. And nobody was saying anything. And it felt really weird to bring it up. Like maybe, sometimes people have those whole silent conversations via eye contact, or so I hear.
You don't understand what is going on. It is
correct. Because I can't see it.
Okay, look, we don't understand what is going on. It seems like there's a whole understanding that happens with the eye contact, and the
Can you make eye contact? Aya, are you blind too?
She sort of cocks her head, like just figuring out how to. I don't like it. It seems hostility. It seems like it is preparing for a fight.
Oh my god, I forgot you were a bird. I'm so sorry.
Sit chokes a little bit.
Shit, why didn't you remind me I was making an ass of myself?
I mean, honestly, I thought it was really funny.
Shut up. Okay, no, that makes sense. That's very fair. I mean, I personally can't say I'm a fan of eye contact either.
I can see why it would be a little bit difficult.
Yeah. But see, this is what I'm saying. I thought everybody was having some of those silent conversations because nobody was saying anything about it. Turns out, we're just marvelously observant. Congratulations to us.
She gives a little chirp, and the fan ruffles a little bit. Can you let... If there suddenly start being more people with us than there should be, and no one said anything, could you let us know?
Oh, believe me, I'd be demanding an explanation if there's an extra person with us and nobody said anything about it to me.
Fair enough.
We have a count of 7, and if we exceed 7, I have concerns.
I think we all would.
Exactly, but apparently y'all wouldn't notice.
Yeah, unfortunately I'm not blind.
And that's your loss?
Ah, unfortunately.
I sort of looks at the two of them and just. I will leave you to your. So you can see the expression like she's trying to find the human word for this. And the word she settles on is courting. Although it does not mean. She clearly does not have the implications on it that it would necessarily with.
Did you hear that, son?
Alright.
We're all formal. We're nobles. We're courting each other.
Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing.
Good to know. My
That's
liege. He'll do like
What
one of
does-
those fake bows.
What do fucking nobles do? Hey, does anybody know what nobles do to court each other?
Isn't there like tokens and like hunting competitions or something?
Do they do hunt? No, they can't possibly do hunting competitions. They're all incompetent.
The staged kind of.
Right, well, if they're staged, how's it a competition?
I mean, they sure make a sport of it, don't they? They
Well,
love.
I don't know anything about what the nobles do. I figured they gave each other jewelry, but then everybody else gives each other jewelry anyway, so it's not like it distinguishes them too much.
Trust me, they like to be all pompous about it, at least from what I've
Does
heard.
anybody know shit about nobles?
There is a moment, I think, of pause before Victor like raises 2 fingers, like in like a.
Adder cannot see
Unfortunately,
this.
I do.
So we'll look over and just be like, I think Victor?
Hi, Victor.
What's your question?
Do you know how noble people like court each other? Like flirt with each other, or arrange whatever they do. How do they do it? Are there techniques, strategies, accepted conventions?
Presumably, unless we're talking about an arranged marriage, like everyone else, but baked into 3 levels of plausible deniability.
Aye. So, like everybody else, I suppose.
Sounds worse.
Does sound
Annoying.
worse. Plus, they've probably got to be all polite about it.
They do.
Ugh,
Their
I bet they read
eye fucking
poetry
from
to each
across the
other.
They're eye fucking from across the dinner table, but they gotta act like they're talking about the weather.
Incredible. I pity the poor sods.
Sip pauses for a second, he's like, I've read you poetry once.
Well, your poetry was better.
He just kind of doesn't really know what to say about that.
I'm just saying, anything that's created from genuine, lived experience as a non-noble person, has got to be better than whatever they do. Like, they're just rich and sitting up there all the time.
Suppose
Like,
you're right.
what are they going to write poetry about? Jewels? Gold?
How boring
Economic
their lives
policy?
are.
Probably. Anyway, thank you, Victor.
Glad my childhood of indentured servitude helps you.
Oh, that's very awkward. Sorry to hear that.
She goes back to her book.
All right, anyway. Hey, Sush, do you want to take a walk?
Sure.
Adder just clearly feels awkward being in proximity.
Yeah, Sid'll, like, as they're kind of, like, going to walk a little bit, he'll just give his hand, like, well, he'll just, like, lift his hand to his mouth just to give a little bit of a reassuring kiss on the back of it. Like, I get it, I'm sorry.
I feel like I failed a social interaction, but I wasn't even engaging in a social interaction.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it kind of goes most of the time. At least it feels that way for me. Here.
The men take a little a walk as a treat.
Oh,
Yeah, we're already walking, but oh boy, they're walking elsewhere.
They're taking
that's a wild way for that piece of law to possibly drop.
Indentured servitude, God.
So, you guys, we'll call that something that happens in the evening of the third day. 0 days remaining.
Doo-doo.
Watch
Does
that
this
night.
count as Victor being harassed?
I would say yes.
When Adder's concerned,
Yeah.
yes.
If Adder and Victor talk, we can assume that one of the counters is going up.
I love them, actually.
God.
Is anything any fireside chats on this the dusk of the final day of the first set?
I think Victor finishing up her book would want to have a conversation with Skylar, but we can like put a pin in it,
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I don't know what to do with that, but yeah.
We'll have to see.
I mean, in general, I just want to put that out there as like Victor wants to talk to Skylar before we get into town.
Right.
So if that involves a little backtracking, maybe like the next session, that's fine.
There's information
Yeah.
that should be brought forth at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We can put a pin in that. And with that, we will swap to the second block.
Doo-doo.
It is Saranith 6th, dawn of the first day, and you're on the road again.
On the road again.
Exactly.
Oh, I think, I don't know if Sit got any from anyone else, but he would probably go around the camp just for the night, like, just to, like, what do you want to say? Started off nice, he's gonna, like, ask people about, like, stories they may have had, that he can collect. just to have fireside stuff. That's just in general what he does. And tell his own stuff. This is the general Soot stuff that he does.
Bond through story.
Mm-hmm.
I
Share.
think when you ask Victor, Victor just goes, I'm sure you know just about everything I already do.
He shrugs at you and he's just, well, you might surprise me.
I think he kind of ends up listing a couple of things that are, again, probably very similar. I think the main difference is that the versions she tells are a little older.
Oh, he's eating that up.
If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Some of them might have been things that, like, he recognizes from people in other places, but yeah.
Just a slightly earlier in the way stories evolve kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Mostly about the Gravenwood.
Yeah. Those are some of Soot's favorite. 'Cause home. But yeah, I think that's all he would have done the first night anyways.
All right. So you're 3 days on the road, you're 6 days left. Because Astrus is gonna be here in like 3 minutes, I'm not gonna like start us off on the next batch of road activities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can hang out for a couple more minutes.
We can
Exactly.
chill for 3 minutes.
What is Pathfinder if not chilling with the homies?
So true.
I'm so sorry to Adder.
Adder and Victor have such a fascinating relationship.
It makes me so happy. I love their how terrible they are.
Points at them. Bad at interacting.
Yeah. They both think their hot shit is the thing, and they're both correct, but also they're terrible.
But they're an incompatible type of hot shit.
Yeah.
So true.
They're the type that would compete at everything together, unfortunately.
Oh, 100%.
And they will.
And they should.
Unfortunately, Victor was doing that thing of like, I'm gonna be a little too honest about bad shit to get you to not ask me about it ever again.
Well, hey, at least we got some Victor lore here.
Speaking of
Hello?
Astrus,
Oh? Hi. Hello!
Welcome. Perfect timing. It's almost as if I knew you were going to be here. We have the party has just finished up the first 3 days on the road.
Okay.
You guys have 2 more 3-day blocks because I don't feel like doing days individually because fuck of that shit.
Fair.
Do you need a couple minutes to get settled and chill and like de-workify your brain?
I think I'm good.
You're good? Okay, in that case, so in the past 3 days, it's happened a couple times. It's happened in the past, I mean, and by a couple times, I mean it happens very frequently. Where you'll just be carrying on, doing your regular day-to-day business. When you get a call, and not the kind of call that's, capital C call. No, you get sort of a Danela, I'm bored.
Oh no.
And typically, it's that kind of call where, like, you need to pick this up, right?
Oh yeah.
So you do. And then, at some point, after fixing the boredom issue, you carry on doing your regular day-to-day normal business, as if almost it had been uninterrupted. The past 3 days on the road, it has happened 3 times, and you have been fortunate enough that every time you've been ready to go, you've been dropped back off, not where you were left, or not where you left from, but where your companions are currently. So you didn't have to play catch up on the road.
That was kind.
And it doesn't seem like anybody's really noticed so far, because you've just sort of slipped it. Conversation's been on and off on the road. There's 7 of you in the group. Sometimes, if you slip out, it's not necessarily noticed. Nobody said anything to you about it. Certainly. The same thing happened this morning on your 4th day of travel. That call telling you that someone is bored, and you are the one who should want to fix this. And we won't go into details on that. But this time, when you get dropped off, it's a little more abrupt than normal for whatever reason. Sometimes it just doesn't occur quite so smoothly. And you sort of, you were expecting to be on the road, and instead you're in the cart, and so you sort of clatter and fall in the cart, and anybody who was in the cart at that time notices, oh, Daniela's in the cart, and then you have to do a bit of a double take. Was Daniela in the cart a second ago? And everybody hears the sort of clattery sound of her falling.
Victor from the driver's seat is probably just like, what was that?
Nothing, it's fine. I'm fine.
Sid will, like, poke his head around, because I feel like he's probably walking at this point, depending on the time of day. Looks in. Cocks an eyebrow at you.
She twinkles her fingers.
Her hair's a little messy.
Yeah.
Did I notice her walking with us at one point?
She was walking earlier, and then you thought she'd got in the cart, but you don't remember seeing her get in the cart?
He does not return the finger wave, but he does kind of tip his head a little bit and then duck out again. He will alert Bird and not husband.
Not husband.
Yeah, I think it's definitely. I think she's being a bitch who's doing, like, the slow jog.
Yes! Oh my god. Her skirts just flew out.
I have realized that unfortunately she probably is a morning jogger.
God,
Not the morning jog, I know.
I'm just imagining her skirts just like floofed out as she's running. God. Power move.
But yeah. Daniela's definitely just shown back up. You're very confident that she wasn't there and didn't get in the cart.
So I think unfortunately Aya is going to approach this with all the subtlety of a brick wall.
Excellent. Somebody's gotta, and it's gotta be Aya.
So I think when she is content with the morning run routine, she will pop into the cart. I think she's gonna be a scotch dramatic about it, like, because I don't remember if this is a covered. It is a covered wagon that we have, right?
I believe so.
If not, it should be now.
It is now if you didn't, because covered wagons are inherently superior.
Yeah. So I think there's going to, just for sake of a little bit of dramatic and also me having fun, do a little bit of the flip where you propel off your hands.
Handspring?
I think that's
Yes. Although what I have in mind is like using part of the cart to do that. So I don't know if it would still be a handspring if what you are springing off is not the floor, is not level with the floor. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Handspring into cart.
Yeah. Aya does some monk shit.
Yeah. Because fuck it, I have this acrobatics for a reason.
Yeah.
And that reason is...
Make an acrobatics check just to see how... It'll turn out either way, I just want to see how it turns out.
You just want to see how much of a flash you get the bird as being.
So true.
We need
23?
23. Yeah, eyes emoji would be an appropriate response. And Aya is in the cart.
Yeah. And I think she kind of... She is going to sit because that is the normal human thing to do. And also it's a little bit awkward to perch in human shape. It's awkward. And she's sort of gonna cock her head at Danela and... You weren't here the whole time. Well, I was sure you were here, and then I checked, and then you weren't here, and then you were here again.
She's a little flustered. That's not unusual for me. Sometimes my patron needs my assistance.
Victor is listening so hard.
Victor is being so normal about listening.
Mhm.
And he didn't put me back where I thought I would be today.
You get a head tilt.
She just gives you a little shrug.
Yeah.
That's it.
I just rolled an intelligence check for her to see if she actually understands the concept of patronage. She's a bird!
I know.
And yes, she was a merchant, but patronage is at the very least more noble shit, if not more magic shit. And she's not a fucking mage. She sort of straightens up and fluffs the fan a little bit. And what's a patron? That's a concept I am not familiar with.
Is that what she says?
Yes.
Okay.
Right, and you also haven't gotten the she's a bird.
No, Danila hasn't yet. The person who helps me with my magic. Does that make sense?
That's something that mages need?
Depending on the mage.
Even with the fan concealing the lower half of her face, you can see fucking bafflement. You have definitely gotten the vibe, and this is that she is a physical fighter. It is all in the physicality.
I love her.
So it makes sense that she has no idea how magic works.
I love that about her. That's her right.
But she thinks about it and nods like you are making perfect sense.
Good.
And just kind of... And you getting sent back isn't going to bring anything with you.
I never thought of that. So no, I don't think so.
A little head bob nod.
I is so cute.
The silence does hang awkwardly because she's like, okay, I have confirmed what I need to. I've confirmed that no weird stuff that's going to attack us is going to follow you out, so it's good. I'm just going to vibe.
Words are done now.
Yeah, words are done. it just might come across as a bit awkward to someone who actually has more social.
Yeah.
But she is content with that, and just I think honestly shifts position and starts like neatening up her hair and basically doing just self-preen. Just okay. Curiosity sated. Now time to.
Back to preening.
She will probably fill Adder and Soot in a bit later, but right now,
It's
Mhm.
done. It's fine.
yeah.
What more to say?
I cannot state enough that this woman is a bird.
Yes.
I would
I
die
feel
for her.
like in the afternoon of that day, when Victor passes off driving to probably Skylar, or whoever the fuck,
Mm-hmm. Sip may take up one of those because he did it last time. It was fine.
yeah, whoever's taking the evening driving shift, because I feel like that's something the party has in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Someone isn't driving all day.
Mm-hmm.
Victor would like to have a few more questions for Donayla. Probably catching a moment where they're both sort of alone in the cart.
Mhm.
Hold on, sorry, I gotta react to this watermelon man.
Wait.
Yeah,
Watermelon
we hatched a brand new watermelon.
I need
Astros,
to
are you
look.
familiar with the website www.flightrising.com?
You forgot
I
the one
think-
in there.
I think because of you, yes.
Okay. When we talk about random men without context, we're probably sharing dragon images in the other in our other server for update and context.
Thank you for the context. My first thought was Brian David Gilbert. Watermelon Man.
No, that's just Catboy Brian.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh wait, you don't know Catboy Brian.
Yes, they do. They do.
Oh, they do? Good. Catboy Brian's the best character ever created.
So true. There's only one
Anyway,
character.
It is Cowboy Brian.
that kind of fucks, actually. I'm not sure. Anyway,
That fucks so hard.
Victor, going to settle herself across the cart from Donayla, I think. And just sort of... I seem satisfied with your conversation this morning. Do you mind if I ask a couple more questions?
Sure. I don't mind.
Appreciated. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this question. Which form does your patron take, arcane or divine?
I don't actually know the answer to that question, IRL.
Technically, the answer is arcane for you.
Okay, arcane.
Alright.
She's just looking at
No.
you expectantly.
You obviously ain't gotta answer anything you don't want to. However, is it just sort of service for magic?
And fun, I'd say.
Which way does the fun go?
I think you're right.
Oh, you're getting robot-y from me. Uh-oh.
Yeah, you've turned into a bit of a robot, Astrus.
Mary, are you on record? Is that
No. You maybe disconnect and reconnect?
Yeah, I think Discord's eating you alive.
Discord.
Leave our
Discord
friends
needs that
alone.
Gipit connection.
Crunch.
Astrus.
Discord
Wow.
must crunch the connection once every game.
I know what
Or
happened.
time. There you go. I think you're better now.
Okay, it took a while to connect.
Ooh.
You sound much better.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Did you hear the last thing I said?
No.
Mm.
I think you're well acquainted with the kind of fun.
I think Victor thinks about that for a second.
I know you're well acquainted with that kind of fun.
No. I'm not missing the implication.
I think Winston's on her lap, by the way. She's just playing with his little rat toes. Because that's a good thing to
Aw.
do.
Um,
She's probably introduced you all to Winston at this point.
Excellent. You've met matches.
I think Victor is very much turning over her next question in her brain.
Mm-hmm.
May I ask what sorts of services you are expected to provide beyond the fun ones?
At this point, yes.
Alright. Fair enough.
Do you have any other concerns? I promise you, they are a delight.
Hmm. No, I don't think so.
Okay. She shrugs a little bit. Winston is now getting tummy scritches.
No.
Yes.
This is
Good.
important.
Rat.
She's not bothered by the
like
question, so.
That is I think where Victor is going to stop. I think she is turning to like her loose notebook. And leaving the conversation where it is unless anyone wants to talk to her. But
See, the questions I have are things that they would probably talk about outside of like actual in-game dialogue.
Mhm.
Like tell me about like your business and like your magic shit and all that.
I mean, you could ask.
Mm-hmm. We encourage inter-party dialogue.
You could even ask in those words.
Yeah.
Yeah, she says, so what's your business? And
In
she
what
gives you
way?
like magic.
That's fair. I just didn't know if you were asking about my talent for calligraphy.
Ooh. I am intrigued.
Hmm.
But yes, magically.
Um, Victor kind of it's not the hesitation of like I don't want to tell you, it's the how do I explain this?
Yeah.
Um If we're being perfectly honest, I think not unlike your arrangement in that I owe my magical affinity to something.
Okay.
Where we differ is I don't know anything in return.
Okay. Hmm. You know, I have a little talent I've been meaning to tell you all about. Just in case it comes in handy.
Victor makes a go on gesture.
I don't know what's coming ahead, but I do know that tussles aren't so uncommon in this line of work. And if 4 of you will let me. Okay, so, and I don't want to, I don't know how to word it. I'm trying to explain her hexes that I can assist you guys with.
You're sorry if my Discord cut out. You're trying to explain what now?
I have 2 hexes that I can cast, and I have to scar everyone, and I don't know how to word that.
The scar hex? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just double check the phrasing on it to see.
I can do it to up to 4 people, and it works for up to a mile. And then I have another hex that I can do within the confines of the scar hex. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
I hit my bait.
So maybe the way she could phrase this is that she has something that would be beneficial. It just requires a slight physical component.
That's a way to phrase
the
it.
individual. That's a way to phrase it.
Certainly.
It requires a tiny bit of an ouchie to work properly.
And is precisely the word she uses.
Oh no, robot's back!
No! One sec.
Okay. Why is Discord being a bitch today? My god.
Oh.
Discord. We finally get to play
Could be that
Pathfinder.
Astro's connection's having some trouble.
Well, PK had an issue just recently, too.
Yeah.
Ah. Internet. Why?
Okay, disconnect or reconnected while I was trying to reconnect, so it's better.
Oh no, it's not.
Fuck!
Wait, maybe it's good now?
I don't know, it went red for a second.
Okay, I think
there you
you're-
are.
There you are, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, hello.
Also, my
Okay,
voice looks weird, too. I don't know. I think I'm okay,
You're
but...
starting up.
Okay. Because in my little, like, voice-connected thing, usually the bars are, like, full, and it's not showing them full. It's concerning me.
Astros,
Well, you sound...
which hex are you referring to that works within Scar?
Ward, right?
Ward, you don't need to do Scar.
No, but then it works within a mile, and I can tell when Ward isn't active anymore. So if anyone goes to do recon or something and they get hit, I will know.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I was just like, I didn't want you to think that you had to scar someone to use Ward.
Oh no, I know that.
Okay. That's good.
So yeah.
Then you're good to go.
Yeah, she says it involves a little bit of an ouchie, and I can only do it to 4 of you.
The point of this would be?
In game terms, it gives you a +2 deflection bonus to AC and a +2 resistance on saving throws.
Points at the sorcerer. 14 AC!
I can only do it to... The ouchie can happen to the 4 people. The protection, I suppose, can only happen to 1 at a time, but I can... As long as you have an ouchie, I can do it to you.
Shh.
I just thought it'd be useful. I thought I'd bring it up before anything happens.
Can I roll a sense motive?
Go for it. Absolutely roll a sense motive.
So valid.
Yeah. Let me hurt you a little to make you a little harder to hit.
That is a natural 20 for a 32.
Twice today.
100% telling the truth.
I will add as well, Victor with a nat 20. Danella is it's hard to compare, really, because I don't think anybody in this party has been normally socialized. Danella is no exception to this. And it's not seeming to choose her words in, like, a euphemistic sense, like, to try to fool you into doing something that you wouldn't otherwise do. She's just calling it an ouchie because that's what she would call it.
Yeah.
And she is being completely honest, and you can feel 100%, like you, Victor, feel completely assured.
She's excited at the thought of helping out, actually.
Oh.
Well, I wouldn't be opposed. We might have to do some, figure out who it would be best for you to help. If it's a limited number.
Mm-hmm.
But if others aren't opposed either, I don't see why not.
All right. I'll have to bring it up to the others.
Victor will nod. The offer is appreciated in general, though.
And we can say that as we're sort of we'll reach evening of this day, the 6th day. And if you'd like to out of character determine who might benefit from the ward, you can do that in character or out of character. Frankly, it does not matter to me, but as well, I would like everybody to give me perception checks.
Happily.
Alright.
Oh,
Come on,
Oh,
sit, roll a
God.
17 again. Come on, buddy.
Okay, not too bad.
We're at
Okay,
the
well, hey,
start of
that
a new
wasn't-
block of travel.
That wasn't a 17,
Hold on,
but that was...
Okay, no.
That wasn't a 17, but it was a straight 16, so 16.
Nice.
perception. Ooh, 17 plus 5, 22?
All right, slap those numbers in the Roll20 chat.
One second. I'm putting on a top coat.
Victor and Donella are shaking hands.
Here we go.
Hell yeah.
Fucking Aya.
Yeah.
Damn. I always forget she has a plus 11 to perception.
She's ridiculous and I love her.
Ideal.
She is not yet at the point where PK will start killing for any of her skills, although dance is starting to get there.
It's getting pretty close.
Ashes, I don't know if you've been around for me to say this.
Once we
if
exceed
any-
40, PK starts killing.
Yeah, if anybody gets a 40 or higher on a skill check, I do start killing.
God.
So just be aware of that as we proceed in levels.
Wait, PK, doesn't someone else helping give a bonus?
Yeah, +2.
Yeah,
So, you're saying that if I rolled a nat 20 on a dance with help,
Me
we
telling
could possibly get to the
stories.
point of starting killing?
yes, Joe, I am saying that. And in fact, why don't you do it sometime?
We'll do the combo of Adder, Soot, and Aya doing a little combo of music and dance and storytelling, and then we'll attract the gods and they can kill us.
That is what happens canonically.
God.
I think it will be extremely funny, though, is the thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at these perceptions. If you guys want to sort out, if you want Danela
So,
to give you
What
an
are the
afternoon?
bonuses from the ward?
+2 to... 1 second.
Anything with some
Deflection
effects that I
bonus
would
to
count.
AC and +2 resistance on saving throws.
I'm gonna be honest, I am currently our only frontliner. Skylar is also somewhat a frontliner, but I am currently our only...
Yeah, Skylar's not often here and usually isn't around for combat when we do have it, so
If I'm honest, it's because I don't know how to play an investigator, so.
yeah, it's fine.
Aya might be good just to help keep her up. I would also lean towards Soot.
Yeah, his total AC
Aya's good
is
to keep her up,
14.
Soot is good because he's fragile.
Yeah, unfortunately sorcerers don't get much in lieu of AC, and my biggest thing is I have some AC potions I can use, which is fine. But
again, this is also a ward that can move around depending on situation,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And let me see how much it takes.
It's one person at a time, but any
one
of the
person at a
four
time.
people she scars can have it within a mile.
Yes. So, like, if we send you in somewhere, I know. So it lasts until you're hit or you fail a saving throw. So, like, if you take damage while doing recon, I will know
Yeah.
Alright.
from up to a mile away.
Which does become deeply funny with the idea of someone, like, fucking stacking it and taking, like, a point of damage.
But then I can recast it too.
Yeah. Very fair. So definitely Aya and Soot. Depending on circumstances, Skylar is also very likely to be doing recon. But
Yeah.
Skylar is also not here right now.
I will not make the choice for Jamie, but
Yeah.
we will put a pin in maybe Skylar would want that.
When Skylar's not here, it's usually me doing recon.
Yeah.
I can change who is scarred. I just have to give you another ouchie if you want to be rescarred. The first one goes away. Like, no more scars.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the scars are not permanent when you are no longer under the effect of the scar.
Yeah.
Can I sidetrack for 1 second to show you guys a cat who is just...
I will allow it.
There is not a single thought in this cat's head. I don't think there has ever been a thought in this cat's head.
Let's see
Me
it.
pointing at Lance. No thoughts. Oh. Just
Oh my
looking at the
God.
still image.
Oh.
It is actually a video.
Oh my
but
god. I was just looking at the image before I clicked play because I didn't want to. Oh my
Yeah.
god, its face. It's just looking with its mouth open. Oh my god. That's really funny.
That is a cat that has never had a thought in its life.
Kitty.
What
What's
about
the
Fern?
fucking... What is the fucking Tony Stark meme? Not the air fryer.
He's
He is
fascinated by.
experiencing the wonders of the world, like, or whatever that is.
Yes. Yeah, that. He's witnessing...
He has an
or-
air fryer.
Now, he doesn't have an air fryer. Clearly he doesn't. But, like, he is experiencing the wonder or the beauty of the world. Whatever the fucking...
Yeah.
The other Robert Downey Jr. meme.
Yeah.
He is experiencing the wonders of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What about Fern in this? Would Fern want Scar or nah?
No,
Yeah,
Fern-
that's
Fern
what I
di-
figured.
Fern is not about any of it.
I figured.
Yes,
Soot's
neither is
debating.
Victor, like, yeah.
If Soot knew it wasn't permanent, he'd be all right with it. But he doesn't necessarily trust in Ayla yet.
That's so valid. That's why she went to Victor first.
Yep. Like hearing about it, he's like, but you know, he's heard of weird magic shit. Actually, that's a good point. Would this ring any bells for Soot?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay,
I think
sorry.
Victor is giving off the energy of, like, she, at least in this case, is harmless.
That roll was an absolutely not. He rolled a 1 on the dice.
Okay. Yeah, you don't know anything about this shit. Probably it exists.
God damn it! Why'd the Soot dice have to betray me on an Arcana check? His like best stat. Damn it.
I
oh well.
think Victor would, at some point, ask, like, what is the nature of this injury that you have to do?
It's just a little mark on the skin. It can be whatever I want. It doesn't have to be garish. It can just be a little dash.
Does it hurt? Oh god, I went into Vias.
Get out of here with that shit.
Bias cannot exist in Pathfinder. There is no wall.
There's
You're
abs-
fucked
he
up with
can't.
that
There's
shit.
not enough room for the bird. Does it hurt? The scarring, I mean.
I mean, as much as like a little tiny cut will.
Do I believe her?
I make a sense motive check.
That wasn't very good. I love that my sense motive sucks. It's great. Yeah, I have nothing to it, so that's just a 9.
You believe her.
Yeah. All right. He just nods about it.
I like that this is her fucked up way of trying to gain the party's trust.
Yeah.
Like, look, I can help you, but I have to cut
Tell
you.
you, let's be friends.
See, I don't know if it would occur to Aya to ask if this would be permanent. Actually, no. Yes, it would, because.
Soot would have asked if Aya wouldn't have.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Because that's the only reason he would be okay with getting it or considering it.
It can be wherever you want. It doesn't matter to me.
And you guys are told that it is not permanent.
Yes.
Okay.
It lasts until she gets rid of it, or like.
Yeah. Or unless something removes curses.
Well, does it look like anything specific? Because if it's gonna look like a upturned middle finger or something, I don't know if I'm gonna want that on my body or something.
Oh, but that'd be really funny, wouldn't it?
It would indeed.
I mean, if you wanted that, I guess I could get artistic.
Oh, no. Not something that tacky.
Everyone gets like a little smiley face scarred on their butt.
Yes! Oh no.
Aya.
Yes.
If you do a bit of, if you're doing like some acrobatic twists and turns in the air and stuff, would that be flipping someone the bird?
She thinks about it. Yes, it would.
Well, there you go.
Victor does laugh a little.
Very quietly, Sid just mutters to himself, God, I love you.
I don't know if you can hear me clapping, but that's me. That's what Daniela's doing.
Incredible.
Oh, that's also possible the first reference Danelle has gotten.
Yeah. About the bird thing.
Could also include Adder.
Yeah.
I don't know how long Adder's gonna be with the party, but
Well, who knows how good his AC is.
Who knows indeed?
don't say
Probably the
that.
DM who has his sheet. Let's find that bitch. Where's my boy?
Soot patting him down. How tough are you?
Where's my beautiful boy?
how tough are you?
How buff is my boyfriend?
Your boyfriend, in terms of buffness, is fairly
Average?
buff. In terms of AC, he has an 18.
Oh, he's
Oh.
he's good, guys. He got the AC for both of us.
He's a little stacked.
I love him. Points at him, competent and an idiot.
Which is how characters should be, I have to say.
Yeah. It's why he likes him.
I also, I on the one hand, I am so sorry about Aya's priorities. On the other hand, no, I'm not.
You shouldn't be. Sorry, I mean.
Yeah, I'm actually. Ash, just give me high or low.
Hi. Cause same.
Okay. I was rolling a D100 for if Aya was going to bring up, oh, by the way, I'm a bird, and it was a 18, so she doesn't think it's relevant information at the moment.
Fickle bird.
I'm going to propose Aya, Soot, Adder, and Victor.
Oh, because Adder does get up in there.
Because Adder's also front line.
Adder
In
is
a
willing-
situation, Adder is.
Adder is willing to receive the ouchie, but only if Soot does it as well.
They can get
Gotta get matching tattoos with the boyfriend.
Yeah.
Kent, for the love of God, can we get matching scar tattoos?
Sort of like conspiratorially like lean over and just be like, what do you want it to look like? It would be really funny.
That's a hilarious question to ask me, Soot.
Soot gives him the look that he can't see and just, like, gives him a bit of a pinch. And it's just like...
You're the one who fucking asked the blind man what he wanted his scar to look like.
You know
How am I
what?
supposed to fucking know?
Look.
God.
Damn well you know through me what some of that shit looks like.
Alright, like, okay. I have probably a collective of 20 full minutes of visual memory for my entire life. So, let's just recall that. I don't know what things should look like, and I don't know how to describe the shapes.
Okay, but you don't need to know what it looks like for it to be funny, though. Hold on.
Alright, what's it gonna be?
Hear me out. Birds.
Birds. Yeah, alright. To warn them off?
Yep.
To show that we mean business?
Yeah. Biggest bird you
Ideal.
can find.
Can you make scars look like birds? I don't know what birds look like, if I'm being perfectly
I
honest.
think Aya makes a little bit of a face, just like, this is...
Also, no, that's not true. I know what you look like, but I'm presuming you don't look like most birds.
Not generally, no.
Alright.
Was I previously told that she's a bird? Because
Nope.
when Diana was flipping, she thought it was about the butt cheek middle finger flipping the bird.
It is not about the butt cheek middle finger, but you'd have no idea this woman is a bird.
Yeah, you will need to ask for clarification.
What did you just say?
Oh,
I know what one bird looks like.
I kind of that. I think there's like the finger raised. I am a crane that is now in human shape.
Oh. Oh. Okay,
Apologies, it didn't seem relevant.
that's fine. She's seen weirder.
Nice.
She's probably seen a lot weirder.
Oh, absolutely. I was just like, yeah, these people are already so strange. I don't need to go into like, yeah, if I'm a bit weird for a person, it's because I'm a bird.
Don't worry, guys, I'm
Daniela's
not
a
an
bit weird,
actual
it's because
person.
she's... Daniela's a bit weird, it's because she's Daniela.
Yeah.
Also, the present tense is very important.
Ah.
She still considers herself to be a bird. It is just that she is currently in person shape, and that's just that's just a thing. That's just a fact of life now.
Speaking of birds, Aya,
Hmm?
you hear one powerful swoop of a set of wings. And you glance up and you see a silhouette of a bird soaring above your campground.
Can I get any kind of vibe on what kind of bird?
Yeah, looking a little closer, it's probably an owl, especially considering the time.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You can't make out any coloration
Mm.
or any markings. Even in the glow of the fire and looking up, your eyes are pretty keen. It's just a silhouette.
Yeah. There's a little, call it a whistle is not quite accurate, and it's not a call she's expecting a response from at all.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a little instinctive greeting that she makes. Again, whistle isn't quite accurate, but it's the only word that my brain is giving.
Mm-hmm. it continues soaring, spiraling in big circles around. Do you have knowledge nature as a skill?
No.
All right.
Although I might ask for vibes if you'd be willing to let me trade the knowledge religion for something. Because it doesn't really make me inspired to have knowledge religion.
Yeah, I don't know why you have knowledge religion.
Because of
you
the
can have
because of
knowledge
being a
nature
monk.
instead if you want.
Yeah, I will happily swap knowledge religion for knowledge nature, but knowledge religion is one of the monk skills.
Yeah, swap that out because it makes sense for many monks, but not you.
Yeah. Don't have any. Well, I have my intelligence in it, but with that retcon, I can roll a knowledge nature if you would like me to.
Go for it.
Do we notice her light?
16?
Yeah, okay. You never have been an owl. You don't know very many owls.
No. Weirdly, they don't tend to be ones who take human shapes. At least not that she's ever encountered.
You don't, however, think that this is how owls typically fly at night?
Yeah. This is circling more like a vulture.
Yeah, and even if owls did fly this way, they wouldn't be doing it here.
Yeah,
Owls
we are
don't
not
go
food.
for prey this size.
Yeah.
What do I think? What do I think? Do I?
Fern, I want you to just make a straight either history or a straight wisdom check. And
I'll take the wisdom check because it's better.
Okay, and then Ren, in response to your question,
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Joe, is Aya being obvious about her observation of the owl? Okay, then
I think she was sort of fidgeting with the fan, noticed the bird, did this whistle, and then paused. Like the fan goes still, and her eyeline is tracking the big swooping circles.
Do we notice that it's an owl?
Looking up, with everyone's perceptions as they were, initially looking up, you do think, oh yes, an owl. Fern, you looking at it are distracted by a sudden nighttime chill, and nothing quite clicks in your brain with regards to the flight pattern or the behavior.
Okay.
And okay, yeah, so you can listen if you would like to make a listen check.
Yeah, I would like to. Oh, that's really cocked. Okay, that's pretty. Unnatural 20 for the listen.
All right. I will respond to that a little bit. The owl is still circling.
Excuse me. Ready? I think we should probably get down.
Mm.
And as Soot says that, the owl swoops, and with it, it's like it's bringing its whole shadowed silhouette down to smother the light of the fire and the light of the stars. And you are all plunged into darkness.
Soot's instinctive reaction, because he was like Addie, was to reach out and duck with him.
Yeah. You guys will be able to, because Soot listened and got a warning, you guys will be able to have a moment of preparation.
Okay.
I know it is 10:30. I don't anticipate this to be a lengthy combat, but we may run beyond 11 if we start it, just because I don't know how things are going to progress. We can start it, or we can delay, whatever you guys choose.
I know people are talking about
I'm
being tired.
real tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can call this a problem for
Next week.
2 weeks from today, then.
Oh yeah, that's right. Next week is a no-go, because you're gonna be gone.
Yeah, next week I'm fucking... I got
well,
travel shit.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the question boils down to, would you prefer to Jaeger Fern or Jaeger Donella for this upcoming combat?
How do you mean?
Because Astros is going to be an hour and a half late to session.
Oh. I mean, to be fair, if Jamie's here next session, we will be...
We will be rewinding time a bit for the victor and...
Exactly, and so it will probably end up... We don't usually start until 1:30 anyway, so it will probably work out for everybody to be here for at least most